Hello gamers, welcome to Game Recaps. In this video, I will discuss the plot of the game Firework, a Chinese horror puzzle game developed by Shiying Studio and published Gamera Game and released on February 3, 2021. Firework tells the story of an investigation carried out by a rookie police officer to unravel the mystery of a fire case that happened at the funeral. However, as the investigation process progressed, this case that initially sounded simple turned into a very complex case and involved many parties. So, without further ado, I will begin the discussion of the storyline. On October 20, 2004, a rookie police officer named Lin Lixun, or the protagonist in this game, was assigned with a senior police officer named Zhang Ming to conduct an investigation in Qingtan City regarding the case of a mysterious burning of a coffin, where the incident only happened half of an hour ago. However, when the two policemen had just arrived in Qingtan City and were about to head to the crime scene, the car they were driving suddenly broke down. Not wanting to be scolded by his superiors, Captain Liu, Zhang Ming was trying to find a way to repair the car. But because it was very dark around there, and the only flashlight they had was out of power, he ordered Lin Lixun to go buy batteries at a nearby shop. Lin Lixun immediately rushed off, and on the way, he found a scribble on the wall that read, "Believe in science, not superstition." The writing then reminded Lin Lixun that Qingtan City was indeed known as a remote city in the mountainous region, where almost all of its citizens believe in superstitions. Not far from there, Lin Lixun finally found a small grocery store and bought a battery for 2 yuan. After that, Lin Lixun rushed back to Zhang Ming and gave the battery to his senior. While Zhang Ming was going to repair their car, Lin Lixun was then asked to go check the crime scene first. After going deeper into the deserted city of Qingtan, Lin Lixun began to experience strange occurrences, where he passed the same area over and over again, and never made it to his destination. But finally, the young man realized that there was a slight difference every time he passed the area that at first glance looked the same. In the third loop, a door appeared from the wall previously covered by bricks. When Lin Lixun walked in, he found himself inside a small grocery store where he had bought 2 yuan worth of batteries earlier. Inside, Lin Lixun found a note written on October 18, 2004, which stated that Wang Jinchai, the owner of the grocery store, had died due to illness. Based on these records, Lin Lixun finally found out that the coffin burning case he was investigating was none other than Wang Jinchai's coffin. But if so, who was the man who served him when he bought the battery? Lin Lixun then continued his investigation with only one candle for lighting. From the grasp of one of the paper dolls that were there, Lin Lixun took out Wang Jinchai's book of debts, which contained details of the people who still owed Wang Jinchai. There were written names of several people along with the amount they owed. But what was surprising was that on the last page of the debt book, the name of Lin Lixun was listed, who owed him 2 yuan for the batteries. Lin Lixun was also very shocked. How could his name be recorded in the debt book? Even the date written in the book was today, October 20, 2004. But Lin Lixun decided not to think about it too much and quickly left from there. Lin Lixun then found a piece of paper bearing the superstition debt to the dead, which stated if you steal the things belonging to the dead, then you will be in debt to the dead person. And if you don't return them in time, sickness will befall you. Or even worse, tragedy will befall your entire family. So, return these items before calamity befalls you and your family. This was one of the superstitions believed by the citizens of Qingtan City. After throwing the ancestral money into the container filled with ashes, a paper doll in the form of a little girl suddenly appeared and pointed to the right. After following the little girl's directions, Lin Lixun managed to break the loop, and he arrived at the funeral home, where Wang Jinchai's coffin was kept. Lin Lixun then started his investigation, and found a phone with the last number dialed was 110, an emergency number, and possibly the phone used to call the police. Inside the coffin, there was Wang Jinchai's burnt body. Judging from the smell of smoke, the fire was probably caused by fireworks. Lin Lixun realized that the objects around the dead were not burnt, so he concluded that the starting point of the fire was from inside the coffin. Feeling that there was something odd about the fire case, Lin Lixun decided to immediately report it to his seniors. However, when Lin Lixun rushed over to where Zhang Ming was, he was often interrupted by gruesome apparitions. before finally making it there and seeing a hearse carrying his father's body and then collapsing unconscious. When he woke up, Lin Lixun found himself in a clinic with his colleague. Jiang Ming informed that Lin Lixun had fallen unconscious at the funeral home, so he rushed him to the nearest clinic in Qingtan City. Through conversations with Jiang Min at this stage, we learn that Lin Lixun has suffered from a strange disease since childhood, namely that he often collapses unconscious for no apparent reason. None of the doctors were able to explain Lin Lixun's condition medically. His grandmother, who knew a shaman, then asked the shaman the condition of her grandson. The shaman said that Lin Lixun was born during the yin time, which means that people born in the yin time naturally have great energy that can provoke spirits. Lin Lixun had last seen the shaman at his father's funeral. At that time, the shaman sighed and said, "It is heaven's will that you can see ghosts. You will become a policeman and will help the dead get justice." Years later, the shaman's words finally came true, where now Lin Lixun has become a police officer, continuing the work of his father, Lin Zhongping, who was a great police officer in his time. Before finally in 1987, Lin Zhongping was shot dead while carrying out his duties. Jiang Ming then explained the progress of the investigation they were working on. Based on the testimony of local residents, they said that the fire could have occurred as a result of burning paper accidentally falling into the flower arrangements at the funeral home and causing a huge fire. In addition, according to local residents, Wang Jinchai was a stingy person, his family abandoned him and never contacted him, and local residents did not really care about his death. Hearing this, Lin Lixun then became confused because according to his investigation earlier, the fire came from inside the coffin, not from outside as the residents said. Seeing that his colleague was confused, Jiang Ming asked Lin Lixun to rest for a while. While he was resting, the phone in the room rang. When Lin Lixun picked it up, there was a strange sound on the other end of the phone, and it was accompanied by a flash of light above it, before finally the line was cut off. Not only that, suddenly the room lit up by itself and broadcast a news about the case of the Tian family's death that occurred on September 15, 2004. It was said that the Tian family consisted of 5 members, of which 4 were Tian Xiangrong, the patriarch in this family, He Guilin, who is Tian Xiangrong's wife, and their daughter-in-law, Zhao, with their granddaughter, Fong Fong, were found dead at home. Xiangrong, He Guilin, and Fong Fong were pronounced dead from rat poison, while Zhao ended her life by hanging herself. Zhao's husband, Yu, was not reported in the news. After conducting an investigation, the police suspected that Zhao had a mental disorder and poisoned her own family, before finally taking her own life. There were also rumors circulating that 7 days after the Tian family's death, many local residents received phone calls in the middle of the night. The sound from the phone sounded like a noose, as if something heavy was tied and hanging. And even more strangely, the number was from the Tian family's home phone. When leaving the treatment room, Lin Lixun met the owner of the clinic named Dr. Ye Jingshan, who was seen carrying a cigarette. When Lin Lixun inquired about Wang Jinchai's death, Dr. Ye smoked his cigarette for a moment while telling him that Wang Jinchai died in a horrific condition, and many people believe that his death was caused by ghosts. Many local residents believe that Wang Jinchai's death has something to do with the death of the Tian family, because after the Tian family was found dead in their home, Wang Jinchai told everyone that Zhao was a mad woman, and he loudly accused Zhao of being the murderer of her own family. Because of this, many people thought that Zhao's spirit was furious and killed Wang Jinchai. Dr. Ye's explanation indirectly confirmed the police's guess about the Tian family's cause of death, which was based on mere rumors. After hearing Dr. Ye's explanation earlier, Lin Lixun was determined to uncover the mystery behind the Tian family's death, which might indeed be related to the death of Wang Jinchai. In the middle of the conversation, the lights in the clinic suddenly went out, and Dr. Ye asked Lin Lixun to get a candle in his black van which was parked outside the clinic, while he went to check the fuse box. Lin Lixun came out of the clinic, took a candle from the black van, and then lit it. Lin Lixun was then surprised to find fireworks in the black van. Lin Lixun wondered why the clinic van had fireworks. This then reminded him of the smell of fireworks wafting inside Wang Jinchai's coffin, indicating that Dr. Ye knew the truth behind the man's death. Lin Lixun then returned to the clinic to investigate further. While in the fuse box room, Lin Lixun did not find Dr. Ye there. When Lin Lixun turned on the electricity in the clinic, suddenly a beautiful woman appeared in front of Lin Lixun, and spoke as if she knew that Lin Lixun was investigating the death of the Tian family. The beautiful woman introduced herself as Chen Qingsui, a volunteer teacher at the elementary school in Qingtan, where Fong Fong attended school. Miss Chen said that she didn't believe the police's suspicion that Zhao, Fong Fong's mother, was the mastermind behind the Tian family's murder, because Miss Chen knew Zhao as a very good person, a mother who would never hurt her own daughter. When Lin Lixun asked if Miss Chen had any evidence to prove that Zhao was not the mastermind behind the Tian family's murder, she replied that she was here now exactly to find evidence that Zhao was innocent of the Tian family's death. While Lin Lixun was in the clinic, the phone rang again, and when he picked it up, there were 2 voicemails that had not been dialed. The 2 voicemails contained conversations between the police officer assigned to investigate the Tian family murder case and Dr. Ye. The police officer apparently only wanted to confirm with Dr. Ye about one thing, namely that Zhao visited Dr. Ye's clinic just before the Tian family was found dead. Dr. Ye said it was true, and Zhao came there to buy cough medicine that she said was for He Guilon. When the voicemail ended, there was the sound of the engine of Dr. Ye's black van, which seemed to be heading to Wang Jinchai's funeral home. Lin Lixun intended to follow Dr. Ye, but instead of arriving at his destination, Lin Lixun arrived at the Tian family's residence instead. The Tian family's house looked bigger and more luxurious when compared to the houses belonging to other residents in Qingtan City. The first floor is used as a sizable grocery store, and the second floor is used as a residence. Upon entering the Tian family's grocery store, Lin Lixun began to investigate the several rooms there. But in the middle of the investigation, Lin Lixun again met with Miss Chen, who insisted that Zhao was innocent. Miss Chen actually suspected Dr. Ye as the mastermind behind the Tian family murder, because the motive for the murder was quite clear. 2 years ago, in 2002 to be exact, Tian Xiangrong's biological son, Yu, or Zhao's husband, had an epileptic attack and was rushed to Dr. Ye's clinic. Unfortunately, Yu's life was not saved. However, Xiangrong instead accused Dr. Ye of deliberately killing his son. Xiangrong then hired a group of thugs to destroy Dr. Ye's clinic, and beat him until his ribs were broken. Miss Chen thought that Dr. Ye might want to take revenge by killing the entire Tian family. Miss Chen's provisional suspicion was that Dr. Ye deliberately gave poison to Zhao, who came to her to buy cough medicine. That was why she had been at Dr. Ye's clinic earlier, which was to find evidence of the poison. After telling this, Miss Chen again left Lin Lixun to continue her own investigation. Lin Lixun then found a key to the Tian family residence on the second floor. However, as soon as he took the key, there was the sound of the engine of Dr. Ye's black van driving away. Before Lin Lixun unlocked the door to the Tian family residence, the payphone inside the grocery store rang. And when it was picked up, there was a rustling sound, followed by Dr. Ye's voice. Surprisingly, Dr. Ye found out that it was Lin Lixun who picked up the phone. Lin Lixun immediately took the opportunity to ask about the estrangement in the relationship between the Tian family and Dr. Ye, especially after Yu died. Dr. Ye confirmed that the Tian family never went to the clinic again after Yu died. But he was also surprised when Zhao suddenly came to him to buy cough medicine. Hearing this, Lin Lixun became convinced that Miss Chen's words about Dr. Ye being the mastermind behind the Tian family's murder might be true. But Lin Lixun couldn't jump to conclusions and decided to carry out further investigations. He then thanked Dr. Ye for being cooperative. Before ending the call, Dr. Ye asked if Lin Lixun would still continue the investigation. Lin Lixun then became suspicious of why Dr. Ye was so eager to know the progress of the investigation into the death of Wang Jinchai and the Tian family, and seemed to always observe the investigation process he was carrying out from a distance. Out of the grocery store, 4 horrible paper dolls depicting the Tian family suddenly appeared. One of them, Fong Fong, pointed to the right, and just at that moment, Dr. Ye's black van sped up, crashing into Lin Lixun, knocking him unconscious. When he woke up, Lin Lixun found himself in his childhood home. But he immediately knew that he was in the subconscious. Looking in the mirror, Lin Lixun moved back to the Tian family's grocery store. And without further ado, Lin Lixun immediately rushed to the Tian family's upstairs residence using the key he got earlier. After entering the Tian family residence, Lin Lixun was reunited with Miss Chen, and together they got a lot of information regarding what happened to the Tian family. The Tian family had been known as a wealthy family in Qingtan City for many years. Tian Xiangrong got his fortune because he had a fairly important position in the bank. And with all the money he saved, he bought a relatively luxurious house. But one day, Xiangrong was suddenly fired from his job, and since then, his family's financial condition has slowly deteriorated. Using his connections at the bank, Xiangrong tries to find a job for his son, Yu. But after years of trying, not a single company was interested in hiring Yu. Xiangrong is a man who places great importance on prestige. The man didn't want to be seen as poor by the local community as well as his distant relatives. So in 2001, his cousin wanted to borrow 10,000 yuan in money, and Xiangrong just gave it away without a second thought. This obviously angered He Gilan, but Xiangrong said that brothers and sisters should help each other. In order to restore the family's financial condition, and because he was desperate to see his son who still couldn't find a job even though he was married and had a daughter, Xiangrong was forced to do dirty work, which was to help someone sell valuables belonging to the dead, which indicated that Xiangrong has violated the superstition debt to the dead, which states if someone steals things from a dead person, his family will be in misfortune. In 2002, Yu suddenly had an epileptic seizure and died. Zhao and He Gilan wept for Yu's death. They couldn't accept the fact that the Yu they loved so much was gone forever. He Gilan thought that Yu's death was caused by Xiangrong's actions of violating the debt to the dead superstition, but Xiangrong didn't believe it. While Yu's funeral was being prepared, Xiangrong then went to the house's balcony to pick Yu's favorite flower, and began to think that his son might have died because someone had killed him. Since that incident, Xiangrong couldn't think straight and slept on the balcony every night. 2 years passed. Now the Tian family only had 4 people left: Tian Xiangrong, He Gilan, Zhao, and Fong Fong, which condition was getting better. Even so, He Gilan still missed her only son very much. Therefore, on March 12, 2004, He Gilan took her entire family to see a shaman, hoping to communicate with Yu's spirit. The shaman then gave them an amulet and told them to put it in the house to ward off evil spirits. But Xiangrong didn't want to do it because he didn't believe the shaman's words. In addition, the shaman also said that he could see the spirit of Yu who seemed to miss his family so much, so he promised to summon Yu's spirit at the next meeting. On the way home, He Gilan and her husband got into an argument, so Xiangrong decided not to participate in the next meeting with the shaman. 1 week later, on March 19, 2004, He Gilan took Zhao and Fong Fong to see the shaman. From their house, they have folded joss paper or spirit money which is believed to be of value to the dead in the afterlife after being burned. Arriving at the shaman's house, Fong Fong was asked to wait outside, because in the seance ritual, another spirit could possibly possess Fong Fong because her energy was still weak. Therefore, Fong Fong was asked to play in the courtyard, while her grandmother and her mother watched the ritual of Yu's summoning. The yard of the shaman's house is decorated with a beautiful pond. Fong Fong began to imagine like children her age. Fong Fong is a little girl full of imagination. The little girl was often seen daydreaming and doodling in her notebook. Because of her attitude, a fierce teacher at her school, Miss Zhu, often scolded and punished Fong Fong. On Miss Zhu's last day of teaching, Fong Fong, who was daydreaming, was thrown with a chalk and punished for copying the course material 10 times. In the afternoon when Fong Fong was doing the punishment given by Miss Zhu in class, Miss Chen came over and told Fong Fong to go home. But Fong Fong refused and said that she was being punished. Miss Chen then tries to convince Fong Fong to come home by making a fun game that is deliberately arranged, so that the little girl can win and agrees to go home. But instead of going home, Fong Fong, who seemed comfortable and happy when she was with Miss Chen, then asked the woman to teach her to make a star out of origami. And happily, Miss Chen also taught her. This is where for the first time, Fong Fong gets the utmost care and affection apart from her mother. The meeting with the shaman was finally over. He Gilan and Zhao then took Fong Fong home. Arriving at the house, Xiangrong immediately asked his wife about the results of the seance ritual performed by the shaman. He Gilan said that the shaman managed to summon Yu's spirit, and talked to Yu through the shaman's body, where Yu said he was fine and asked his family not to worry. Hearing this, Xiangrong still couldn't believe it, and thought that it was just the shaman's fabrication. But after He Gilan told him that Yu had also said that he didn't blame Xiangrong for his death and was very grateful to have been born into the Tian family, Xiangrong had little faith in the shaman. 2 days later, on March 21, 2004, the Tian family returned to see the shaman. From then on, Songrong had complete confidence that they were really talking to Yu's spirit, and the shaman wasn't making it up. On the other hand, when Aunt Gillen was busy taking her family to see the shaman to talk to Yu's spirit, Zhao always took the time to secretly visit Dr. Ye, who was still hospitalized after being beaten up by Tian Songrong and his gang. Zhao sympathized and gave Dr. Ye some money, because his father-in-law asked Dr. Ye for compensation for Yu's death. But Dr. Ye refused the money and instead told Zhao to leave because he didn't want people to start spreading bad rumors about the two of them. Through Zhao and Dr. Ye's meeting, Lin Lixun and Miss Chen finally realized that Zhao and Dr. Ye weren't the masterminds of the Tian family's murder, so they continued their investigation. Who do you think is the real mastermind behind the Tian family's murder? And what is the motive behind it? Look forward to the continued discussion of the storyline of this Firework game in my next video. Thank you for watching.